a princess who was brought to another kingdom on the pretext of marriage, but was abandoned there in front of a dangerous female dragon. But why? And will the princess be able to survive? To know, you will have to watch today's movie explanation. Damsel has been released recently. At the beginning of the story, we are shown a king and some of his soldiers. Those who were chasing a dragon had reached the dragon's cave. Going inside, the king keeps looking at something very closely. Then the dragon attacks them all with fire. Due to this, all the soldiers are killed. Now the king had no other option but to bow before the dragon. It is here that the scene is cut, and the time is shown many years later, where we can see another kingdom. The condition of that state was very bad. Everyone was very poor and suffering from hunger. Then we see Elodie, who is the princess of this kingdom. And today itself, a marriage proposal has come for her from another big state, seeing which her parents were very happy. He felt that if this marriage took place, then the condition of his family and his kingdom would improve. Seeing all this, Elodie reluctantly agrees. And the next day, Elodie and her family leave to go to that kingdom. They were going by sea, but suddenly a sea storm comes. And they are also able to see a dragon from a distance amidst the storm. But without paying much attention to him, they reach the palace of that kingdom. Elodie liked Mel very much. He was also being welcomed very well. Now at night, when Elodie was looking outside her room, she saw a fire burning in the distant hill. We are then shown the morning time, where the prince's mother, Anne's queen, agrees to the relationship. And Elodie goes out to the garden to talk to the prince alone, where the prince tells Elodie that he found her very sweet. Then the prince takes her to a hills, where Elodie asks the prince the reason for the fire in the hill. The prince says that rituals have been happening there for many years, for their well-being. That's why they will go there on their wedding day also. Then we see Elodie's father, who is very upset. Seeing this, his wife asks him what has happened, but Elodie's father doesn't tell her anything. Now Elodie's mother knows it, meaning Elodie's father has just come after talking to the queen, so she goes directly to ask the queen. But the queen was very egoistic, so she did not even talk to Elodie's mother. Seeing all this, she tells Elodie and her sister that there is definitely something wrong here. But then Elodie's father comes and takes his wife away from there. That means they are definitely hiding something. The next day, both of them get married, and only after the marriage they go to that hill, where people of the state were already present. Now the queen tells Elodie that there is a dragon under this hill, which caused a lot of destruction in our kingdom 100 years ago. Troubled by this, our king decided to fight with it, but the king was defeated, and he made a deal with this dragon, that he would give all 3 of his daughters to it. And since then, this dragon is now calm, and since that day we have been doing these rituals till now. After this, the queen makes a cut on the hands of both Elodie and the prince, and joins their hands and says, "From now on, you all are one." The prince then takes Elodie in his lap. Elodie is also very happy, but suddenly the prince throws Elodie down into the cave. As soon as she falls down, Elodie becomes unconscious. When she regains consciousness, she does not understand anything and keeps screaming for help. But we see that the dragon was awakened by this sound. Elodie now tries to get out of the cave herself, but she is unable to do so. Now she looks everywhere to find that the girl's belongings are laying somewhere else. Then she is able to see the fire above, and when she has to look in front, she sees some rays burning, because the dragon was attacking with fire from the other side. Elodie is now able to see the dragon in front of her, which leaves her stunned. But the dragon asks her her name. Elodie tells her name. Dragon then says that today you have come here because of a deal. Today I will kill you because I smell the royal blood from you. But Elodie hears all this and starts running away in fear, and the dragon starts attacking her with fire. Elodie runs into a small cave, and his leg was badly burnt by the fire. She folds her cloth and closes it around her foot. She then moves ahead and sees a blue light in front of her. While going near it, he saw a huge ditch below, but now there was no other way in front of him. He would have to go ahead. So he himself is a Jati, and because of his knife he somehow manages to reach that blue light with great difficulty. When she goes in front of the blue light, she sees that they are all glowing rays. Elodie then folds her clothes and keeps some of the rays with her, so that she can move forward with the help of the light. Now when she goes ahead, she sees snow from where water was falling. She had just stopped to drink water when the dragon attacked again with fire. Elodie somehow manages to save herself and escapes into a small cave. But the dragon says that no matter how much you hide, you will have to die. Then Elodie sees the names of many girls written on the walls of that cave. Elodie was very tired from all this, so she slept there for a while. But when she wakes up, she sees that all those blue stains had gone on her wound. seeing whom she gets very scared and removes them all. But she sees that his wound was completely healed. She thinks that these injections are very effective. She moves forward again with all this and sees a map of the exit drawn on the walls. She wanted to get out, but the path ahead was too dangerous. She will have to climb over sharp glass-like stones, yet Elodie reluctantly moves forward, enduring the pain. And finally, she finds a way out of the cave. But when she looks outside, she loses her senses because this way was very high up the hill, from which it was impossible to get down. She starts crying, screaming for help. He also hears the sound of some horses below, but then again, the dragon appears in front of him. Before the dragon can kill him, he sneaks inside. The dragon again says that no one could escape from here. Only now does Elodie hear her father's voice from downstairs. On hearing this, both Dragon and Elodie go down. And then while leaving, Elodie sees 3 broken golden eggs. Now seeing this, somewhere Elodie had understood what the queen had said to her. That was not at all true, Annie. It was half truth and half lie. Actually, what happened was this. The first scene we saw where the king was watching something carefully. He was watching a dragon hatching from these eggs, and those children were killed by the king, for which the dragon is taking revenge till today. The same scene is cut, and we are shown a flashback where when the dragon had captured the king, the dragon had made a deal that he also wanted to see the king tortured. Therefore, she will kill 3 children from each generation of the king. And only if this happens, the dragon will never attack them. The king had accepted this even reluctantly. The scene cuts to the present, and we see Elodie's father, now confronted by the dragon, says he can fight the dragon to save his daughter. Hearing all this, the dragon also gets angry, and he attacks Elodie's father, driving his big nail into Elodie's father's chest. Seeing all this, Elodie screams. Hearing this sound, the dragon goes to find Elodie. Then Elodie takes the opportunity and comes to her father. Her father was then breathing his last. He tells his daughter that your mother and sister are waiting in the ship. As soon as she says this, he dies. Elodie now sadly begins to walk up the path her father had taken, but the dragon also chases her. Elodie somehow escapes by sitting on her father's horse. The dragon was also coming behind him. But it was very difficult to escape from the dragon's fire attack, so Elodie hides under a stone. The dragon gets angry and burns her horse. But all this news reaches the queen. She sees fire all around from Mehel. So in anger, she goes to Elodie's ship to pick up her sister, and she kidnaps her. Because now the queen will hand over Elodie's sister to the dragon to save her country. But when Elodie's mother comes to stop all this, she also gets stabbed, and the queen goes away. The next day, when Elodie somehow reached the ship, she came to know all this from her mother. Elodie then sets out to save her sister. On the other side, we can see that Queen cuts the hand of Elodie's sister and joins both hands and throws her into the ditch. The dragon captures Elodie's sister, but by then Elodie also comes fully prepared to fight the dragon. On the other hand, the dragon tells Elodie's sister that I will enjoy killing Elodie more than you. She will definitely come to save you. Then Elodie makes a noise to distract the dragon, so that the dragon knows that Elodie has come. The dragon races to the other side to find her, and Elodie tries to take her to her sister's side, only to have the dragon arrive again, and attacks him with fire. But Elodie was trying to make him understand that he is not a child of the royal family. He has come from some other place. But the dragon would not listen to anything he said. The dragon was about to nail Elodie in the chest too, but then Elodie inserts a chuck into the dragon's eye. This enrages the dragon even more, so she throws Elodie away and starts attacking her with fire. But by mistake, the fire hits the stone and instead falls on the dragon, who gets injured by the dragon. And then Elodie tells the dragon the whole truth by showing him the cut on his hand. And she says, those people have done bad things to you, and you have also done the same. You have also killed their people. Hearing this, the dragon becomes very sad. But then Elodie heals his wound by applying it. Now the dragon and Elodie go to the prince's palace to take real revenge. There, the prince was again marrying a girl. Everyone was surprised to see him, but the queen said, we are not afraid of you. Saying this, a dragon has come. The dragon completes her revenge by burning the entire palace and all the people in the palace. Now Elodie, her mother, and her sister were going back to their kingdom happily, and we see that now the dragon was also with them. By showing this, the story does not end here. If you liked the video, then please like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video.